Hi guys, OpenAI has just released their latest image generation model in the API. And so we're going to test this model out with the help of APIs. So we can see that this is the name of the model. GPT Image 1 model is now available via the API. Now, if you already have API access, that should not work because we need to get our organization verified first. So I have a bunch of APIs. You can try with these APIs if that works. Pretty good, but I think you would need to go through the verification process. So what you're going to do is we're going to go to this link, and once you go to this link, we're going to go to this link, which is organization general, and then we're going to go and click on verify organization, and then we are going to go and start ID check here. Okay, we can switch to a different device and try out my mobile. Okay, begin verification. Okay, let me select India, and I'm gonna go with this PAN card. And now I need to scan through my camera from my phone. And what I had to do is two things. First, we need to give a photo of the PAN card or any ID that you have chosen. And next, you are going to face verify. So once you do that, you would have something like this. Congratulations, you are done. And now we can move ahead. So now let's go to platform.api.com/API keys. And now we have this API key that you can use. So I'm going to go to create a new API key, and I'm going to say YouTube image, and I'm going to create this secret API key. So we have this API key now. Let's go to the code and try it out. So here what we have is this image generation. There are three things that you can do. First is generation, so generate image from scratch based on a text prompt. Then you can modify existing images as well, and you can generate variations of an existing image. Okay, so let's try this out. Okay, let me select this folder, OpenAI, and I'm gonna go and do CMD, and then I'm gonna go and do code space dot enter. This will open up my default code interpreter, and I'm using cursor here. So I'm going to go to this button and open up the terminal here. I'm going to create a new environment because it's always good to work with environments. So I'm going to use conda create-n. I'm going to name it OpenAI. Let's say YouTube. I'm going to say Python equal to 3.13 n-y. Okay, this will create a new environment. Also, while this is creating, I'm going to create a new file known as main1.py. And I'm going to create some environment variables as well. So I'm going to create a new file known as env, and here I'm going to write OpenAI API key equal. Okay, and I'm going to paste the API keys that I have received from my account, and just going to paste this here. So this is my API key, OpenAI API key. I can close this safely. Next, our environment is created. We can activate the environment. So I'm going to say conda activate and OpenAI YouTube. So this will activate the environment. So I have a spelling mistake here. So this should be YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to clear the screen. So this is my little environment where I'm going to play with now. So let's go to the first code. This is used for straightaway generation. So let me go to the code section. So this is the generation. As a matter of fact, we have DALL-E 2 and DALL-E 3, but this seems the cost is on the lower side, and it follows superior instructions and text rendering. Let us see with our examples before we say anything. So this is the code I'm going to copy and going to paste it here. So this is the part of the code where we open from the OpenAI library. We import this class. So you can see this squiggly lines here, which means our library is not yet installed. So I'm going to go and select my environment here, and then I'm going to go and do pip install OpenAI. So once we do this squiggly line, the yellow line should get away. Once we have that, we need to put the environment variables here as well. So what you're going to need to do is we import OS, and then we're going to say from dot env, import load env, and then we're going to say load env. This will load all the environment variables, and we can put the environment variable here. So I can put this. So API key is os.getEnvironment, and you can see the OpenAI API key, which is the same name from the environment variables that we have here. So OpenAI API key, this should work. Again, we see the squiggly lines here, so we need to make some installation. So this is pip install, it's python.env. This will install the .env library, and the squiggly lines should go away. Now, starting from the top, we have from OpenAI, we import OpenAI class. We import the base 64 because we're working with images. We need to encode and decode different base 64 things. We import the OS. We import this pretty library, which is known as .env, and we can import this class of load env. This will load all the environment variables from the .env file. As a matter of fact, we have only one, and then we are going to use that client. We're going to use the API key as os.getEnv and OpenAI API key. Okay, here is a prompt: a children's book drawing of a veterinarian using a stethoscope to listen to the heart of a baby otter, and this is the result. So this is how we write. So client.images.generate, and I'm going to use this model GPT image 1, and I'm going to use this prompt. And once we generate this result, from the result we are going to take the first one. So result.data, we take the first one, and then we convert this to 64 JSON, and then we import and then we decode the image base 64 to bytes. Okay, we open up a file called auto.png and use that as an F and write all the contents of the bytes to the file. So basically we are going to create that PNG file here. So let's run this. If it's clear and everything should work, let's go and run this. So I'm going to say Python, I'm going to say main1.py, and let's wait for the output. Shouldn't take much time. All right, it took about 30 to 35 seconds to generate, and you can see that this is pretty cool. It's like Ghibli image, but it's okay. Next, we can go ahead and try the main2.py. Here, I'm going to try the next feature that we have, and that is to edit images. So we can edit different images. Here we can see that if we have these 4 elements, we can go ahead and put in a prompt and put these images in a basket. So for that, we need to save these images first. So let me go to the folder and save these images first. So I'm going to save this image, save image as 1 maybe, save image as the 1.png. And then I'm going to save this image as a 2, save this as 3, and save this as 4. So once we have that, we copy the entire code here, and then I'm going to go to my cursor here, paste in the code here. Just a little bit of change is this thing. We are putting like 1, and then we are putting 2 here, and then we are putting 3 here, and then you're putting 4 here. Okay, so we have 4 images. Next, we need to change this client as well, because we need to use the API keys. Okay, so that's done. So generate a photorealistic image of a gift basket. Okay, of a gift basket on a white background labeled relax and let's say feel good, with a ribbon, with a, let's say with a yellow ribbon. I'm making some changes manually, and handwriting font containing all the items. The gift basket is being held by a woman. Okay, it completed. Let's go and see this output. Okay, so let me run this. This is Python main2.py. So we are running main2.py. So what you're doing here, it's absolutely it's the same thing, where we start up this client. This is our prompt. This is the generation process. So client.image.edit. So this is the keyword edit here. On the first example, you can see that it was the generate keyword. So this edit is used to edit. And then we have these 4 images that we have already downloaded. So based on these 4 images and based on the prompt, this is going to create an image. As simple as that, nothing much complicated. We're just looking at the features. Okay, let's look at the output. So this is giftbasket.png. Amazing. This is amazing. So we have all these 4 items and it really followed my prompt. So yellow color prompt, and the lady is holding this. So that completes the second one. The third one is, as you can see here, is to edit an image using a mask. Okay, one more thing that we can do is we can put in the sizes as well here, and the background is transparent, quality high. So there are different keywords that you can use, different variables that you can use to make the generation more congruent and more interesting. Next, let's try this out, this mask one. So let me save this image as A and save this mask as B. Okay, and then I'm going to copy this code and paste it on my cursor. Let's open up a new file, make a new file known as main3.py, and I'm going to save this. So paste this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste everything from here to the main file 3 because that's the same thing. So what do we have here? We have this images.edit, and we're going to open up the image known as image A, and then I'm going to paste in the mask or use the mask to create a sunlit indoor lounge area with a pool containing a flamingo, or you can replace this with your own word like a bear and or like a pink bear. Let's see if this works. And the rest is the same. This will be the name of the new PNG. Let's run this. So python3.py. So while this is running, we can go back and see the other things that you can do. So we have seen that the first thing that we can do is the straightaway generation, that you can do the edits. We can create different variations of the model as well. We can do this in painting stuff, and you can customize your inputs. So you can put in size, you can put in quality or format file output, compression, and the background is transparent or opaque. So there are different options that you can use, although there are limitations, but I think it's pretty amazing. So you can see this cost and latency. You can see that there are different costs associated. The more the resolution, the higher the cost, of course. If you go to the pricing page, you can see the comparison of all the cost in the different models that you can see for GPT or OpenAI's model. So let's go and see the cost difference. So if you scroll down, you can see this audio models and image models here. So this is GPT image 1, and you can see the output is it's pretty less for an image model. So $40 for the output, and you can see that in the normal GPTs, you can see the cost varies widely. So 0.4 to 150, and you can see to 600 as well, O1 Pro. So it's very costly, and comparing to that, it's pretty good. But we have this GPT-4 O1 mini that's pretty lightweight, and it's pretty good cost. But again, let's give it a try and build some interesting things with this model. Integrate it with your apps and your services if you have any. But if you don't have, you can consider creating some services and using these APIs, because it's amazing and it's so easy to use. Okay, so I will see you in the next one. Please check out the other videos on my channel, subscribe. Bye bye.